From days of long ago, from uncharted regions of the universe, comes a legend, the legend of Voltron, defender of the universe. A mighty robot, loved by good, feared by evil. As Voltron's legend grew, peace settled across the galaxy. On planet Earth, a galaxy alliance was formed. Together with the good planets of the solar system, they maintained peace throughout the universe, until a new horrible menace threatened the galaxy. Voltron was needed once more. This is the story of the superforce of space explorers, specially trained and sent by the Alliance to bring back Voltron, defender of the universe. A crack team of 5 Earthborn space pilots, Lance, Keith, Sven, Hunk, and Pidge, are selected by the Galaxy Alliance to travel to planet Arus and uncover the secret of a weapon from ancient times, Voltron. They are captured by Prince Lothar and his forces and are taken to King Zarkon's palace. Back at the Galaxy garrison, officials review the situation, consider a rescue mission to save the space explorers. Marshal Graham suggests that the legendary Voltron from Arus could be their salvation. Meanwhile, on Urak's slave transport ship, preparations are made for the space explorers' arrival. In Castle Doom, Zarkon celebrates the conquest of Arus, confident that capturing the space explorers will eliminate the threat from the Galaxy Alliance. Hagar warns of the Castle of Lions holding Voltron's secret, but Zarkon dismisses the concern. Zarkon joins the well-dressed drool crowd in the arena, where a blue Robast is pitted against nearly 20 slaves armed with swords. Robiast announces that his next target will be space explorers. Speaking of the space explorers, they realize time is running out. Pidge suggests escaping through a window, and with Hunk's strength, they bend the bars and make their way out. As the team navigates challenges, including an encounter with alien vultures, they reach the arena building. A firefight ensues with Doom soldiers, prompting their escape in a commandeered slave ship. Urak informs Zarkon of the escape, leading to a space battle between Urak's ship and the team's vessel. Damaged and falling towards Arus, the team observes a mysterious force guiding their descent. They identify a lion statue near a castle as the potential Castle of Lions, holding the key to Voltron's secret. Keith recounts the legend of Voltron's curse, and the team considers reactivating Voltron by finding its lion components. Keith and his fellow space explorers take the first steps on the quest to resurrect Voltron. They discover the legendary royal castle located on the terrain of planet Arus. Upon entering, they find Princess Allura and the wise Corin. The princess appoints them as the new guardians of the planet. Together, they uncover the mystery of Voltron's disappearance. Keith, Lance, Sven, Hunk, and Pidge seek assistance from Princess Allura to find Voltron in the Castle of Lions. Corin tells that team that 5 very special keys are needed to activate Voltron. These keys were buried in the royal tomb underground in the castle. Riding a high-tech elevator down to the castle underground, they quickly arrive at the entrance to the royal tomb. Corin makes a gesture, and the doors reveal the tomb's interior, filled with multiple caskets. Approaching one, the ghostly figure of King Alfor appears. The Ghost King reveals that the keys are in his possession. As they uncover the lid, the Voltron force discovers 5 cases, but Lance notices a discrepancy. There are only 4 keys. Corin authorizes the activation of the Lions. The platform in the control room ascends, and Keith, Lance, Sven, and Hunk leap into the designated chutes, propelled by rail shuttles that transport them to the Lions' lairs. Lance takes control of the Red Lion, Keith pilots the Green Lion, Sven commands the Blue Lion, and Hunk takes charge of the Yellow Lion. Pidge finds himself trapped between Urak's infantry and a mountain, and the infantry robots fire at the top of the mountain, sending rocks crashing down. Seeking refuge, Pidge is drawn into a cavern where he meets survivors from the bombing of Arus. Helpless, Pidge observes as the 4 lions engage in combat with the ground and aerial forces of Doom. Urak commands a retreat, and his command ship ascends as the lions approach. Despite Urak's annoyance, Haga contacts him and informs him that the robust is en route. Yurak complies and fires a magical beam. The four lions attempt to beat Robeast, but fail. They lie motionless in the desert, while the robust laughs at them. The four lions are down. In Castle Doom, King Zarkon and Haga have a meeting. Haga predicts that the Voltron force will be finished off by morning. On planet Arus, Yurak prepares his forces for a final assault to crush the remaining resistance. Back at the Castle of Lions, Koran managed to send a telegram to Galaxy Garrison. In Galaxy Garrison, Space Marshal Graham is debriefed on the situation. In the meantime, a cave dweller guides Pidge through underground tunnels apparently constructed by King Alfor, leading him back to the castle. After a lengthy journey, Pidge returns to the castle, encountering the space mice along the way. Exhausted, he reaches the control room and collapses. Upon gaining consciousness, Pidge discovers that his teammates set out in the lions to look for them, but were defeated by the robust in battle. Concerned for their well-being, he fears the worst. However, he hears snoring through the speakers, recognizing it as Hunk. Calling out to them, the team responds, and Keith leads them back to the castle. Overjoyed, Pidge greets them enthusiastically by tackling them from the top of the control room's main console. They decide to search for the key, with Sven suggesting a return to the royal tomb in the castle underground. The team notices a mouse hole, raising questions about what could chew through solid rock. Pidge guides the team to the mice's nest and sets a trap, successfully capturing them. In an attempt to locate the Black Lion key, they interrogate the mice, resorting to force. Princess Allura intervenes, questioning their actions and expressing concern for the mice. She shares her childhood experience of growing up as an only child in a huge castle with absent parents, highlighting her friendship with the mice. Allura requests the key peacefully, and the mice willingly retrieve the Black Lion key from a boot. Koran rejoices, informing King Alfor that the Black Lion key has been found. At sunrise, Yurak launches his attack, prompting Koran's initial reluctance to deploy the lions. However, he eventually agrees, and Keith enters the cockpit of Black Lion for the first time. As Keith enters, the statue atop Black Lion Tower cracks, and Black Lion emerges. The robust is immediately deployed, leading to a fierce battle where the robust attempts to prevent the lions from combining. Despite the challenges, the lions manage to escape, and Keith instructs everyone to activate interlock and connect the dinotherms. The iconic Voltron formation sequence follows, with Keith guiding the crew to form feet and legs, arms and body, and declaring that he forms the head. Despite the robust's attacks, Voltron remains resilient, brushing aside assaults and even enduring being set on fire. Voltron then forms the blazing sword, slicing the robust apart and causing it to explode. Keith and the team search planet Arus for courageous citizens to help them fight against Zarkon. Faced with fear after recent attacks, only Princess Allura volunteers to join the Voltron force. When Haga transforms King Zarkon's top gladiator into a robust, Voltron proves powerless against it. Haga comes up with an evil plan to permanently rid of Voltron from King Zarkon's heir. While the Voltron force is distributing food to the distressed people of Arus, Haga discreetly approaches them. She separates Sven from the group and inflicts severe injuries on him. With Sven incapacitated, Keith and the team are forced to confront Zarkon's latest Robiest without the power of Voltron. Having witnessed the Voltron force consistently defend her kingdom, Allura finally agrees to help. However, her nanny, now back at the Castle of Lions, is equally determined to shield her from danger. When Nanny becomes entangled in a raid orchestrated by King Zarkon, Allura takes control of the Blue Lion to rescue her. Putting the entire team at risk, Princess Allura attempts to pilot the Black Lion without permission. Faced with no apparent means to make amends to her friends, she willingly offers herself to Prince Lota in exchange for the freedom of planet Arus. Captivated by her beauty, Lota agrees. However, Keith and the Voltron force have their own strategy in mind. In Castle Doom, Prince Lothar is arrested under King Zarkon's orders due to repeated battle failures. Despite Lothar's supporters, Haga suggests a court-martial, but Zarkon decides to lead an attack to recapture the ion cannon personally. On planet Drool, Marshal Kiza learns of Lothar's failures and contemplates disposing of Zarkon if he fails. Meanwhile, leaders from the Galaxy Alliance, meeting at the Castle of Lions, plan to convert the castle into a spaceship using the captured energy cannon. The alarm sounds as Zarkon attacks, and the Lions are deployed. Zarkon targets the ion cannon, causing a diversion, and Lance volunteers to protect it. The other Lions engage Zarkon's forces, but Lance is injured. As Zarkon aims to destroy the cannon, the castle reveals its ability to transform into a spaceship. The spaceship attacks Zarkon's fleet, forcing a retreat. On Drool, Marshal Kiza orders Lothar's release and instructs him to punish Zarkon. Lothar plans to take the throne as Zarkon returns to Castle Doom. However, Lothar orders Haga to imprison Zarkon in a robeast, setting a fate determined by the outcome of a battle with Voltron. Back on Arus, Voltron, with the ion cannon, prepares to reach Doom, and the Galaxy Alliance cheers as the cannon clears a path by destroying the protective screen. Lothar swears to destroy Voltron as it reaches planet Doom.